Free Thoughts, episode 3. What are we talking about?
Oh, we're not going to introduce ourselves?
Oh, Wednesday.
I'm Tabby, guys. Welcome back to Free Thoughts.
Welcome back.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about...
success.
Yes, success.
In what way?
So the way we're going to be talking about success is... Well, let's start with what sparked the conversation. So, March 31st, everybody, the culture, everybody lost Nipsey Hussle.
Rest in peace.
And I remember I called you that day. Or we were together that day. I don't know. I don't remember. But we spoke about it. And that's where the conversation had started with success and people wanting to see your downfall. And we just kind of stemmed from there.
Yeah, when I figured that out, I was like, whoa.
You're the one that brought it up, actually.
Yeah, it's getting really serious with these rappers and this is why we're talking about success. Because obviously I'm in the music industry and we work in the radio together, so we have a lot of music around us. Some of the artists that have been like passing away lately, it's just unnecessary at this point.
It is.
So I feel like we were talking, and I feel like it has a lot to do with the success of each person. Meaning like the more success you get, the more eyes you have on you at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only going to add to the burning fire that people didn't get the chance. People are jealous. People just don't amount to what you are at that point in life. And then that's when you start losing friends, and those friends become enemies. And then you got to watch your back everywhere you go. And it's like...
You get paranoid.
Yeah,
and crazy.
That's exactly what happened to Nipsey Hussle. Like, obviously, gangs were a huge part of that situation, but you really can't trust the people that you're around at the end of the day. Like, the people that were with them, there was nobody. It's just crazy to me. But you gotta watch the people that you're around, and success. Yeah, I don't know. You keep going. Cause I feel like I'm just talking too much at this point.
Okay, so I think what you're trying.
I'm just being honest.
What you're trying to say, basically, and we were having this conversation earlier, and I was like, save it for the camera. So I personally think that with success comes outgrowing people. I think that they come hand in hand. I think that when you start getting successful and you start, like, realizing that your priorities are not necessarily the same as the people that you're hanging around is when people start getting envious of you, and when they start trying to pray for your downfall and pray for your failure, and they don't want you to succeed. And it's about, like, when you start outgrowing people, it's not your fault that you're outgrowing that person. And people take it personal, like there's mad love lost, but in reality, it's just that we're not on the same wavelength right now. Like, your success and what you're measuring as success is not what I'm trying to be successful on. For me, success is literally two things. For me, is what success is. It's walking into a room and not having to introduce myself. And the second thing is financially doing what I love and getting paid and compensated to be comfortable living. I don't have to worry about, anyone else helping me out I'm 26. Of course, I still live at home. Like, I'm trying to be as independent as possible, but there's times where I'm struggling and I'm like, I need help. That success to me is not needing help from anybody.
You know what I was thinking about today, actually? I was thinking about, like, how you start making comparisons, and, like, I do this sometimes, too, where I'll be in my head, like, okay, I'm successful and I've achieved a lot of things. I've gotten to the point that I'm at right now. But then sometimes looking at other people who are a little bit higher than you, or even like at that point that you want to be at, it's kind of discouraging in a way. And like, and it's not out of jealousy, it's not out of hate or anything. It's just like, damn, I know I can be just as good as this person. Why am I not there yet? I've been working so hard, but everything has its time.
Everything. I was having this conversation with somebody today too, actually. It was about God's timing, and we were talking about when I got, at the time that I started with Ripple, and even further back, the time that I started with the station, how everything was happening, and I just felt like it just happened at the complete perfect time. When I came to the station, we were going under like a huge change, and I was the first hire after the huge change.
Right.
And it was like the perfect timing.
Right.
When I started with Ripple, like, you guys had already been doing this, and you guys already had your like momentum going, and then like I started, and then it was like boom, like all these opportunities came our way, and I was like, God.
But that's how it happens, right? Like,
Your
once
timing.
you get one, once you get one, like, achievement or goal accomplished, it's like another one. But then you have those times where it's like, you're down.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, I was just so successful in the past month.
Yeah.
And now I'm in this rut where it's like, what the hell? But I feel, the most successful people have to go through that train wreck. Like,
yeah, you're not gonna be on top every single time. You're gonna have to go some downfalls. You're gonna have
that's
to
what
deal
stresses
with...
me out. I want to be on top all the time.
No, it's not. That's not how it works.
No, I want to be like, I just want to be my best person, the best person I could be at all times. And I feel like when I'm in these ruts, I'm like, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. Like, I'm not as good as I was 2 weeks ago.
First of all.
And I didn't accomplish, but you know what that led me to think, like, when I'm in those things, like, you got to start counting your blessings. You got to start counting the things the achievements that you've already made. You have to, like, think back and, like, okay, how did you make those achievements? What can you do to better the achievements or goals that you have set for you right now?
You do.
I was thinking about that today, and, like, I really need to take time for myself and sit down and think about how much I've achieved thus far.
Yeah, I think that we've all kind of secretly been going through a rut, and I think now we're starting to get out of it.
Well, the moon's in retrograde or something, right?
Mercury was in retrograde, I think. I don't know.
Let's blame it on the moon.
No, it's not the moon. Get your planets right, okay?
Isn't that what they do?
No, Mercury was in retrograde. I don't know when it ended. I'm not an astrologist. I'm not an astrologist.
Yeah, the moon is also not a planet.
Not an astronaut.
It's not a planet, but anyways.
Not an astronaut at all.
What I'm trying to say is, I feel like we're kind of in a rut, and we were all kind of getting on each other's nerves and going nuts.
Yeah, well, you were annoying as...
You were so annoying. So annoying. You're annoying all the time. All the time. But anyways, I love you today.
Why do I hear that so much? I don't get that.
I love you today.
No,
it's part of your
out.
success.
Time out. Annoying and success does not go together. Great try, first of all.
Okay, I personally think that if you're constantly being called annoying, that means you're annoying. I love you. But, like, I'm annoying, too. I can be so annoying. I acknowledge that.
I'm annoying in good ways, though. It's funny, you know?
No, I'm just kidding. It is funny.
Sometimes, you know? It's just, you gotta have that person in your life that's sort of annoying.
Or
I mean,
really
if that
annoying.
leads to me, if annoying leads me to be successful, that would be the greatest accomplishment of all time.
I think that annoying is part of who you are, so it's part of your success in the sense that you're just annoying in who you are. You're just so annoying.
I'm with that.
But we're not talking about you or how annoying you are.
Okay.
We already know that. It's already established.
Thank you,
Going
thank
back
you.
to what I was saying. So yeah, I feel like we all need to reset. I think that that's like mainly because we are becoming more successful every day as a group and as individuals. But I've noticed a lot that, like, for me, I've been really anxious a lot lately. Like, we're sitting in the office and I'm like, you're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm really anxious. And I thought that my anxiety came from the 1 year of my aunt's passing. But then the weekend came and, like, it came and went, and I was still really anxious. So that's when I'm starting to notice, like, it's because I'm hungry. I think that's what it comes down to.
I agree.
Like, it's because it's like these things are where we talk every single day about business, and we talk about all these things, and I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get there. Like, I can't wait to get there. Like, my bills are like, yo, we need you to get there. Like, everybody's like, we need you to get there, and I'm hungry, so I'm anxious.
100%, I feel that.
But at the same time, we have to understand that, like you said, success is going to come in waves, and we're doing the best that we can now, and we have got to reset. I remember when you and I first met, we were so chill. Like, we were so, like, I meditate, I read. We used to send each other TED Talks, everything like that.
Yeah, what happened to that, by the way?
So what happened was we just got really busy, and we didn't take a second for ourselves.
No, but those TED Talks that we watched were, like, actually really helpful.
Yeah, they were hella helpful. I wanted to send you one today, actually, and I didn't send it. I tried to talk to my mom about that, too. I sent her a couple TED Talks, and, like, she might be right, but, like, not everybody learns the way that we learn. We spoke about this.
Yeah, not everybody learns the way that we learn, so us watching a TED Talk may be different than my mom watching a TED Talk. She might not get inspired the way that I get inspired, but, like, it still plays into success, whether we talked about it. Because I feel like that's playing a huge part into my success.
Mine too.
Like, I'm learning, like just, like, how to deal with certain situations because of the TED Talks that people have inspired me to watch. So, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. I love when you're nice.
I'm just trying to be a little nicer, you know? I don't want to be as
I don't want to be that annoying.
I'm gonna still be annoying.
Anyways, but we spoke about this because I remember, like, you and I had the conversation when I felt like I was kind of outgrowing people.
Yeah.
And I was like, my friend was going through something, and I tried to be there for my friend the way that, like, you and I are there for each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, not everybody is so receptive to that. Like, that's when you start realizing that you're kind of outgrowing people, because it's not that...
It's a mindset.
And it's not that people don't want to be successful, but it's that they're comfortable in, like, feeling like I'm the victim. And it's like, you're not the victim. Like, your success comes within you. And you have to change, just like you said, you have to change your mindset.
100%.
And then people don't fuck with that. That's what ends up happening. And that's when they think, like, oh, my favorite is, like, you've changed. You're damn right I changed. Like, what are you saying?
I say that all the time.
Like, what are you saying? I'm not comfortable with where I'm at. Like, of course I'm going to change.
To the people who will always say, like, oh, I never changed. Hashtag never changed. Like, never switched up. Okay, you don't have to switch up. But at the end of the day, you're going to change as a person. Your personality is going to change from when you're 16 years old. The way you think is going to change from the time you were 16 years old. Everything is going to change in your life, and that is A-okay. And the ones who embrace that change are going to be the ones that are successful.
Yeah.
The ones that fight against that change, y'all are staying in the same place, and you're hella complacent.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And I'm not downing y'all for it, but, like, get into the mindset of letting that shit go. You got a brighter future.
You do. Wow, that was so inspirational. I felt that.
Amen.
For real.
Amen.
Shout out to you.
But I did have a question for you. What do you think, like, are some of the things that you do to lead you to the success that you're in right now? Like tips for people who may not know how to go about not being successful, but, like, achieving their goals. Like, what are some of the tips that you could give?
Number one, surround yourself around people, and it's not about not being friends with people that don't think the same way you do, but surround yourself around people that have your same goal and your same vision.
Amen.
Number one.
I want to talk about that too.
That's like number one.
That is super, super, super important. I think I watched an interview one time. I don't remember who it was. But they were like, how are you going to be, and I think this was said in a song one time, how are you going to be a millionaire sitting around broke people? Like,
I feel like a young Jay-Z maybe once said that somewhere.
Yeah, probably. It sounds like something Jay-Z would say.
But
how are you going to be a millionaire sitting around broke people? If you're at a table full of breadwinners, like, that's what you're going to become. Mm-hmm. If you're around people, and it goes as low as, like, wanting to become whatever you are in your industry. Say, like, I got into the radio and wanted to be an on-air talent. I'm going to be around on-air talent, learning what they're learning. So, like, you have to put yourself in the position to become who you want to become.
Yep.
And it's not a bad thing being like, oh, I want to be this person. That's not bad. That's not saying that that's a different person than who you are. That's you getting to that place that you want to be physically and mentally. Mm-hmm. Super important to surround yourself by good people.
You have to surround yourself around the people that have your same mindset. And it's one of those where it's like, I had this conversation with one of our bosses, actually. We were talking about different groups of friends, and she said, these people that you're doing these things with, those are going to be the friends that are going to take you places. Those are going to be the ones, that's going to be your core group. And all your other friends that are out there that love you and support you, no love lost, those friends, they're going to be there. They're going to be there to support you. They're going to be there when you want to have a good time, when you want to party, whatever. They're going to be there. But they can't get you to where you want to be. Right. And that's okay. Because I can't get my friends. I can get you guys to, because we all have the same goal and the same vision and everything. We can work together. But my other friends, I can't get them to where they want to be because they have different visions and different dreams.
It's
not. But at the same time, they have different visions and different dreams from me. And that's okay. Just because you have a different goal and a different vision doesn't mean that y'all can't be friends. Like, people get so stressed about, like, oh, I feel like we're drifting and I feel like we're so distant because we don't have the same views. We don't have the same this. We're a melting pot. Like, learn from each other. Learn from each other. It's okay to
Even if you're not in the same industry, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. And it's about support. And that's my second point of success. Support. If you have something worth supporting and I'm your friend, I'm going to go 110% for you because I know that I have something worth supporting and I need you to go 110% for me.
Right.
So even if you're not in my same industry or whatever the case may be, you need my support, I'm there for you. And that's how you become successful. It's about working together and, like, Issa Renee said it. She said it's about working sideways and not up. So you can look to successful people and see how they got there and learn from them. But the people that are going to get you to be successful, they're the ones sitting right next to you.
Amen.
Those are the people that are going to get you to where you want to be.
I really like that. And I have something to play on that too. Like, the core group of people that I surround myself with on a daily, the people that I talk to back home, like, I literally call y'all family. Like, it does not feel like anything less than family. Because at this point, the way I consider family and see family is that you're going to push me as hard as I push you to be the best person possible.
Yeah, of course.
That's family.
Of course.
And if you cross me, that's when you stop being my family. But I take in every person as if that was the case, you know?
Yeah.
Some people get weeded out as friends and acquaintances, and some people come into that family group. The people that I deal with on a daily, including y'all from here in Florida, people back in Pennsylvania, like Pineapple Poppy, for instance, text the group like every single morning, like, have a good day, family, love y'all, like, make sure that you're on your best tip, like, stay focused on what you're doing today, this, that, and third. Those little text messages that my homies send out to me are like, they mean the world at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that are pushing me, and I would do anything, literally anything, to push them too. Because I want to make sure their success is just as big as mine. They say it gets lonely at the top, but not when you have a bunch of winners around you. For real.
Yo, we're killing this right now.
Like,
we are so... we are killing this.
Number three. You have to have one more.
I think...
Ways to be successful.
You gotta remind yourself why you're doing it. So, for me...
Purpose.
Oh my God, we're coming full circle. No, but like, for real, for me, I remind myself that not only am I doing this for myself, I'm doing this for my family. I have a huge family. But I'm doing it for my family. I came home this weekend. This past weekend, I came home and I looked around and we're in mourning and everything like that. And everybody said it to me. They were like, "Oh wow, you're famous now. Like, what's going on?" Like, my family's so invested in what I'm doing. They asked about you. They're like, "Who's Wednesday?" And I'm like, "That's the homie, but we're not gonna talk about him. Like, talk more about me. Hype me up." No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but for real, like, I remind myself that I'm not only just doing this for myself, I'm doing it for my family. And my family means everything to me. I grew up with if my uncle said something, it's like my father said it. If my aunt said something, it's like my mother said it. If my cousins grew up like my brothers and sisters, I'm doing it for them just as hard as I'm doing it for me. Yeah. So you have to remember, like, why you're doing it. And it's going to keep you on the road to success, because you're going to be like, nah, I can't give up. I have way too much to lose.
That's the most important part of success, is the why. Literally the purpose. And I know we're circling around to this right now, but, like, that is the number one reason. If you've ever watched any interviews with Steve Jobs or, like, anything on Apple, that is literally the reason why Apple is so successful, is because they don't focus on what products they're about to sell. Mm-hmm. They're focused on why they're about to sell the products that they have. Mm-hmm. So always remember your purpose and always remember your why. Super important.
So
to wrap that all up, I think I don't know. We should just should we just end it here? Or, like,
I think you guys can keep going.
Okay, so, like, let's go back. All right, so let's circle back. We realized about your success, your purpose, all that. Let's circle back to the whole Nipsey situation and about how people, they don't fuck with your success. And it's it's exhausting and it's draining and it's sad, honestly. Like, it makes me sad that people want to see your downfall and they don't want to see you succeed, because at the end of the day, I personally can speak for myself. I want everybody to succeed. Like, I want everybody to take a piece of this plate, and, like, if you want it, come take it. Come grab it.
I think, you know, what's a really good example of, like, us going against that thought process is ripple effects. And honestly, like, I'm not even trying to promote it right now, but, like, the point of ripple effect is to take these local independent artists and put them on a stage so that they can perform in front of new crowds of people, right? And that is literally breaking that barrier of, like, you can't hate me as an artist, I can't hate you as an artist. Like, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, and we're gonna build together. It might not be hand in hand where, like, we're producing for each other, we're doing it. It's simple as supporting. Instagram, like, you know, just giving them a like, or, like, as simple as listening to their song, like, for one time, two time, it doesn't matter. That simple thing, like, that's huge.
It is huge.
And that's what we're trying to bring together with Ripple Effect, is just the unity of all local musicians, all independent musicians, because these record labels are super scary nowadays.
Yeah.
And not only are we doing with music artists, but we're also the vendors that come out.
Yep.
The sponsors that sponsor us in this. Like, we're trying to bring communities together.
Yeah, we
communities.
are. We really are. Because, like, I'm just tired of people seeing everything as a competition. It's not a competition at all. Like, everyone is going to do things differently. And it's sad that, like, people are really stressed about somebody else's success. Like, the things that Nipsey was doing, like, they're so inspirational. Like, he was giving back to his community. And he got shot in front of his store. His store that he put in his community, like... That's crazy. That's so crazy.
We're going to carry on this legacy.
Of course we are. 100,000%. And I remember, like, you tweeted something when he died. You were talking about his death and you were talking about Mac's death. And even though they passed away completely differently because Mac, you know, unfortunately he overdosed and Nipsey was murdered, you were talking about how, like, you were like, damn, I don't even know if, like, being in this industry is worth it. And I remember I told you, because the thing about it is, even though Mac passed away through overdose, it comes down to the success and the pressures that he had and how he couldn't handle it.
100%.
You know, and how people were still preying on his downfall and how he had this public breakup, something as simple as a breakup, like things get blown out of proportion for people because when you're successful they think that they have the title to your name or to your life or to your privacy, but they don't. Like, you don't have the right to invade someone else's privacy because they're successful. But going back to it, I remember telling you, like, we're all gonna go one day. We're all gonna go one day. Yeah. But Nipsey, he has something that he was ready to die for, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like, something that you are willing to die for, something that you stand for, something that you go so hard for, you're not going in vain. It's April 18th, whatever, and we're still talking about it, and we're gonna keep talking about it, and it's not dying the way that these things just hype beasts on Instagram, and then they post, and then they forget about it. Like, we're gonna keep talking about this because this was a huge loss.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna see it as a
Mac,
loss.
X, like,
we're not going to see it as a loss. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it pushing because I fully see and understand what Nipsey was talking about.
Yeah.
I fully see it and understand it. He was saying how he used to sage the house before leaving the house. That is so powerful. He used to sage his family to protect his family from the energies out there. That is so
I've been doing the
powerful.
same thing. Even though my roommate's like, oh, I can't breathe. I'm allergic to it.
How are you allergic? Can you really be allergic to sage?
I have no idea.
No, he comes in with
it's
the
because
asthma.
Of all that negative energy. He's like,
nah, he has asthma. He has asthma, so
it.
It makes him, whatever, cough.
Nah,
but, like, sage is a good thing. Have some sage.
Yeah.
It will get rid of all
energy.
that bad energy.
You know what? That's number 4. Protect your energy.
That's
good energy.
Protect your energy. Yo, me and Ty were having this conversation the other day after our Ripple meeting. We said something, and I was like, I'm not much of a hugger, honestly. And he's like, why not? Whatever. And I was like, bro, because even a touch, if I'm not feeling you, you're not even getting a pinky from me. Like, don't touch me. Yeah. I don't want to be touched because I don't know if I feel your energy yet. I don't know if I feel your vibe. It's a way that I protect myself. Like, right. I do not need negativity. I don't need it. I don't want it.
I talked about, like, how much energy, how important energy is to a person. Like, off the first 5 seconds, you can feel someone's energy. Like, meeting them, the first 5 seconds, you know exactly what's about to happen, what type of person they are. You don't even have to talk to them. You just stand around them and you kind of feel the energy that they're giving off. Yeah. And it's so crazy how you can feel that.
You really can. And I'm so... The older I get, the more protective I am. Because I really feel like for a long time, I used to just be like, letting people just come and disrupt my energy. For what? Like, it's exhausting. I don't need you coming and disrupting. Like, stay in your lane. Do your thing. Like, I'm not here for it. Don't touch me. We cool. Like, protect your energy for real. Because it's really important. It's really, really important.
I think there are 3 good points. That you
4 good points.
4. I even went like this, so definitely 4. That's what I meant. Anyways, those are 4 great points to point out about success. So, if you have any questions or anything that you want us to talk about, because we're running out of topics.
Yeah, we really are.
Low-key. No, we're not.
We're not.
we can keep talking for days. But I would love to hear some of the topics you guys want us to talk about, because that would just throw a random curveball at us.
Is anybody on the live right now? I don't even know if anybody's on our live.
I see a couple people on our
Go see if anybody's saying anything for us.
Next one, you definitely have to get on our lives because this is more important on the lives than the camera.
Yes, get on our lives because if you...
the things that you write, like we read it so that next time we have something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I'm Wednesday. This is episode 3.
Yeah, this is episode 3. We're done. I'm Tabby.
Now 4. Peace.
Bye.